As James Harden tours China, he's getting his steps in.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say it again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again. Thank you, man.
And calling out Philadelphia 76ers president of basketball operations, Daryl Morey. It's a calculated move.
Daryl Morey, a couple of days ago, tweeted out support for the protests in Hong Kong. He said, fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong.
This was a huge deal.
The Chinese government is often accused of going after its political opponents. Human Rights Watch says China's dissidents have been subjected to show trials, forced confessions, and even torture. There's a deeper conflict at play here.
In 1842, China ceded Hong Kong Island to Britain after it invaded the Chinese territory in what's known as the First Opium War, and Hong Kong became a British colony. The people of Hong Kong are mostly divided into two groups: those who call for independence from China and those who favor Beijing rule. Ever since the 1997 handover, anti-Beijing protests have taken place regularly.
China controls the bigger stuff, like the military, foreign affairs, and to some extent, Hong Kong's political system. For example, Hong Kong's top political leader, the chief executive, is selected by a closed committee and approved by China.
Remember all of this, understand the history, and take note once more of where these scolding remarks geographically came from.
Let me say it again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again.
That would be China, where the citizens who saw Harden in person would cheer and become bigger fans. Morey's tweet caused backlash from many.
Potentially, this tweet could cost the NBA hundreds of millions of dollars.
Despite his apology, several Chinese businesses are now suspending ties with the Houston Rockets over that tweet.
And you're right to say it all revolves around their huge financial investment in China as a growing market.
And don't forget how James Harden addressed the media in Japan prior to an exhibition against the Raptors after all this went down.
Yeah, we apologize. We love China. We love, playing there. I know for both of us individually, we go there, once or twice a year. They show us the most support and love. So, we appreciate them as a fan base, and we love everything, they're about, and we appreciate the support that they give us.
So am I shocked that Harden would take the opportunity to blast Morey in front of what can only be deemed a home crowd, as the executive has been public enemy #1 in the region? Not in the slightest. CBS Sports' Bill Ryder wrote, "It's impossible to know if Morey lied to Harden about something big or small. Philly sources insist unequivocally he did not. But it doesn't actually matter."
This is how you do this, okay? Like, you make a giant mess. You involve every bit of leverage you did not have.
Recall via The Ringer, Harden opted into his $35.6 million contract for the 2023-24 season and demanded a trade in June, and in July the Sixers said they'd do their best to deal him. This past weekend, ESPN reported trade talks were over, and that the Sixers plan to bring Harden to camp.
I think one of the things that we need to respect about Daryl Morey, he is a player empowerment guy. Mm-hmm. And the story of this video is that James Harden is no longer the player he's empowering. He's empowering Joel Embiid.
It's not Philly's fault that Harden misread his value. That's a stark irony here. The fact it's Philly that values or did Harden as much or more than any other team in the association. Only 3 clubs were willing to engage in talks with Harden and the Sixers, and none of them valued him as highly as Morey and the Sixers did.
Do I think this can be something that can be amended? Probably not.
Harden's actions, from declining a 3-year, $161 million extension with the Nets in 2021, to the Christmas Day leaks about H-Town, to the decision to opt into his contract and then demand a trade, all suggest he's been misled or misguided. Harden is already on the only team that truly wants him, which could actually give him a bigger payday next summer, and is run by the executive who likes him, and yet he's deciding to nuke it all.
Harden looks in the mirror, and he still sees a superstar who should get whatever he wants, and in the NBA, superstars generally do. He has, twice. For a third time wants to go elsewhere, which requires someone to want him enough to give what Philly deems to be enough.